Hello, everybody. No countdown today. This is going to be kind of quick. Yeah, just about to record another show, so you may see the same outfit in this video as you will in another show that I'm about to record. But again, hello, certified Donda expert coming to you live, from his parents' house. Nah, dude, you get the title. Come on, give me props on that title. It's kind of a cool title. Anyway, um obviously in the music industry recently there has been a debate, so to speak. It's a debate of epic proportions between two titans of the rap industry, kind of like the presidential election back in 2016 between Clinton and Trump. I feel like there's two separate camps almost, and I'm not going to say who's the Democrat and who's the Republican, but I'm sure it's obvious to those of you that follow celebrity meme pop culture politics to even a T who is on the Republican side and who's presumably would fill the role of Hillary Clinton. Um, in this analogy, I know that was highly confusing. Okay, well, I'll just say it. Drake is Hillary Clinton and Kanye is Donald Trump. It's like 2016 all over again, and there's these two sides fighting as to which album is the best. Which album is the best? And I thought that I would give an opinion because no one clearly gives a shit. And who's giving an opinion these days? And I thought, yeah, this is what I want to do for a living, so might as well practice. So, Donda or CLB? Okay. So I've made my opinions on Donda pretty clear. For those of you that had watched the last Changavi show, you guys got to kind of see a little sneak peek as to how I felt about Donda. And for those of you that follow me on Twitter, know how I feel about Certified Lover Boy. Um, Donda is, again, I'll repeat what I said earlier. Donda is an example of when an artist misplaces, doesn't know how to feel, and is creating music unfiltered and raw. Um, and it creates kind of this piece that may be clear to the artist and to the people that know the artist, but to the average consumer, we don't know what the fuck's going on. And that's truly what this album was for Kanye West. It was an album of epic highs and lows, kind of like his life in the last 4 years, or at least his public life. It kind of went all over the place. Songs were wildly inconsistent. And I think at the end of the day, it really amounted to nothing. The album doesn't amount to anything. Like, why do you listen to this album? People have different goals as to why they listen to music, and I respect that. And I'm not trying to sit here and say I listen to music to be an art critique. Uh, with Kanye, like, I've come to expect a certain standard, and I think with Drake as well. I think everybody has a certain standard when it comes to those two artists because they've produced so like such high quality music within the last decade that everyone just comes to expect instant, like, okay, this has to be great. And for Donda wasn't on that level, man. It truly wasn't. There was a couple of there's songs that definitely were highs. I'm not, sitting here and saying that they weren't. Hurricane, Praise God, um, What You Want to Believe, I believe is the name of the song, the Lauryn Hill sample. There's a few highs, but there's also some really low lows. And like I said, I think Jesus Lord describes this album the best because it's a song that has a lot of really cool moments in it, but it's also a song that has epic lows and just like, what is Kanye doing? And 27 songs is too long. Let's talk about the length for a second. The length of this album is far too long. Far too long. You cannot have an album that is 27 songs long and expect kids of this generation and just people of today's society to be able to sit through that. Particularly when I would say a few of those songs felt like fillers. A few of the songs in Donda felt like fillers. This is not a, I don't care who you are. If you say this is like a no skips album, you're just completely wrong. And objectively speaking, I don't think this is Kanye's best work. Um, and I think it's a solid mediocre 6 out of 10 tops. I don't think Donda's very good. Um, so let's move on to the other side. And that's Certified Lover Boy by Drake. He dropped that last Thursday, and I haven't talked about this album publicly yet. I did on Twitter, and I was going crazy over it because I think it does deserve a little bit of that, but I've had a couple of days to process and not be in the moment. So here it goes. Um, I think Certified Lover Boy is not Drake's best project. I'm not here to say it was the number one Drake project ever dropped. It's it's okay. It's not like, again, it's not the number one project. It's not, I wouldn't even say it's number two, but it's just classic Drake. It's Drake knew exactly what he was doing with this project. And that was just continuing to do what he's done for the last decade, which is create bangers and create songs that are popular amongst our generation and people are going to sing to and people are going to use in the NBA finals and as the hype themes. I mean, that's really what it is. Why do you think he dropped before college football weekend? The opening of college football weekend. For a reason, guys. For a reason. For a reason. No, Certified Lover Boy was a good album. Was it? It was pretty much what I was expecting, which is why I think I enjoyed it more than Donda, because I think with Donda I was expecting, I maybe my expectations were a little higher with Donda, but I think with Certified Lover Boy my expectations were about right. I was just expecting Drake to come in and drop a album that had songs of all types of moods and party vibes, and that's basically what I got. That's what I got. You know, from this, there's I actually, a lot of people really like Champagne Poetry. I don't like that song. I thought it was really, I was confused. I also don't like when the vocal samples like conflict with the like the vocals, it's like the actual vocals of Drake itself. I'm confused by that. But there are a lot of really nice songs on this album. I'll give you a few. I love Get Along Better. I know that's like a really unpopular take. I know a lot of people don't like that song. Um, I really like Fair Trade. Um, I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Knife Talk again did not impress me. I was shocked. I was expected to be impressed by Knife Talk, but I wasn't a big fan of that song for some reason. Um, No Friends in the Industry, of course. The Remorse. I would love The Remorse. 7 a.m. on a Brittle Path. Like those two, those are Drake songs that you're gonna get on every project, and they produced. And I was expecting those songs to be there, and they were there, and they were both exquisite. I mean, you got a great Giannis bar. The real question, I think, with this debate is who had the better Giannis bar. Was it Kanye just saying Giannis, Giannis on Junior 40 million times, or was it the I can't get a buck like on Tacumpo on 7 a.m. on a Brittle Path? I think Drake won the Giannis bar competition, ladies and gentlemen. Kanye didn't say on Tacumpo. Drake figured it out. Drake figured it out, ladies and gentlemen. He did it. He said the last name Antetokounmpo. Kanye could only go to Giannis. Kanye could only go to Giannis. He couldn't do the Antetokounmpo. He couldn't take it that far. So I think I really do believe that Donda or CLB comes down to who did the better Giannis bar, and honestly, CLB did the better Giannis bar. But I also think CLB is just more enjoyable for this generation, to kind of take it back to why who I think wins. I think Drake does. But I think we can acknowledge as people that these both weren't these artists' best projects. Were they some of the most hype projects? Absolutely. Were they the best projects for either artist? No. No, they weren't. They're probably middle of the pack for both. I would say Kanye's even like lower middle of the pack. I would say this is probably bottom tier Kanye. I would say this is about mid tier Drake. I'd say that's fair. I'd give Certified Lover Boy, if I had to review it, probably about like a 7 out of 10. Or not even, probably an 8, 7.5. And that's just based on like my enjoyable listening experience. And I know different people have different ratings. I tend to give like bad albums, like real bad albums, like just for context, I give real bad albums like fucking Nav's, Good Intentions. That's probably like a 3.5 or a 4, like in my opinion. Right. So I do give the benefit of the doubt when it comes to rating. So that's why I give CLB an 8. I'd say Don is about a 6, 6.5. Yeah. And I think that's fair. I think it's fair to sit here and say that both of these weren't these artists' best projects. But I've seen TikToks of people being like, we're going to pregame to Donda. I'm like, how? How can you party to Donda? It's really hard. The songs go like hurricane and then up and down. And it's like, and there's like, I fucking hate the world. I'm emo Kanye West and I'm just going to flow on this beat, right? Like, how do you pregame to that shit? You could pregame to fucking Drake easily. It's just no friends in that industry. Yeah, shot, right? Like, that's fucking Drake. It's easy, right? You have that. Or you have fucking songs like fair trade. Sounds like a fair trade to me, right? Like just catchphrases that you could just get off the top. But I think with Kanye, it's just really hard because it goes like hurricane, and then it's like, Kanye raps, and it's like, okay, like how do you party to this? So I think who wins the pregame competition? CLB. It has to be CLB. You have too many bangers. CLB is better than Donda, ladies and gentlemen. I think. I think that's the take here. But that's it. That's all I have when it comes to these two albums. And I thought I would just let my take out there. A little midweek update for you all. Thank you so much for listening. Like and subscribe if you like me doing more of these like music takes. I thought I would just kind of provide my opinion because it's something I was thinking about a lot about as to which album was better. And I think Kanye West lost. I think Kanye West took a L, as Big Sean likes to say. But will he bounce back? Will he bounce back? That is yet to be seen. Thank you guys for listening. I'll be back with another show later this week. Peace.